Hey, what's going on? My name is Alejandro Perez. I am 21 years old and this is my journey. I wanted to make this video to hopefully inspire you, educate you, and this is also so I can look back on the beginning, right? The beginning of my journey. I've made one of these videos before and this is what that looked like. And now I'm at this point. So I thought it would only be right that I make a video because I feel as if I'm on the verge of doing another leap in my life. Three pieces of advice. Three pieces of advice that I feel like can help you if you're a young entrepreneur or just somebody that's really trying to change their life around. I'm gonna give you a couple of pieces of advice that really helped me out. My first piece of advice would be to change your environment. Plants are placed in a pot. Now when they grow their roots, they grow, and then they get to a point where they need to be taken out of the pot and into a bigger pot. Sometimes your environment is actually what's keeping you limited. It's what's keeping your growth limited. I saw the biggest change in my life when I moved from Rhode Island to Texas. With a different environment, there's more opportunities, there's more people, there's more connections. And when you get away from your old environment, you start to realize what's actually important to you. You see, a lot of the times when we're in our old environment, we start to grow these habits based on things we get comfortable with. But when you rip yourself out of that, you now have to rediscover who you are and what's actually important to you. When I moved out here was that I got away from a lot of vices, a lot of smoking, a lot of drinking. I mean, to each its own. But me personally, I know getting away from looking, oh, how can I smoke today? Oh, what's the word? You know what I mean? Like just looking for almost validation in smoking, not from other people, but in myself. That's what I fulfilled myself with. If I smoked in the day, I felt fulfilled. If I was able to stay out all night and get lit and have a good time, I felt fulfilled. That was a good day for me. Yeah, I made memories, but it wasn't actually helping me grow and where I wanted to go. Because I know that I wanted to change my life for the better, and not just my life, but the people who come after me. So all in all, one piece of advice is change your environment, because your environment will change you. Second piece of advice, believe in yourself. Have belief. The more confident you are in yourself, the more you believe in yourself, the more you're actually going to be able to achieve. The more you believe, the more you can achieve. That is my second piece of advice. If you're struggling with self-confidence, figure out what the root of that is and work on that, because the more confident you are with yourself, the more confident you'll be with other people, and the more confident you will be when actually moving towards your dreams. You see, a lot of the times our dreams intimidate us. And if your dream isn't bigger than what you think you can do, you're probably not dreaming big enough. And I know not everybody's dream is to become some kind of entrepreneur or make millions of dollars or something like that. Your dream might just be, I don't know, become a school teacher or something. But for me, I know that I needed confidence and belief in myself. And I took the leap of faith. See, when you have more confidence in yourself, you'll begin to take bigger leaps of faith, especially when you're younger. You see, if you're between the ages of 20 and 30 right now, if you put this year between 20 and 30, these 10 years of your life, or however old you are, if you put the next 5 years of your life into whatever you're doing, I guarantee you, you're gonna find some level of success. It might not be the ultimate success you're looking for, but if you put your everything into your goal in the next 5 years, you will definitely not be the same person. You're going to learn more, you're going to go through different struggles, you're going to grow as a person. Because oftentimes our goals require us to actually become somebody greater than who we are already right now. Let me just tell you about one of the leaps of faith that I took. So I was a youth leader at my church, and I used to be able to get off early on Fridays. At one point, my job told me, you can no longer get out early on Fridays. We need you to stay. But my church and my duties to my church and the youth at my church were actually a lot higher than my job, but I was getting paid really well at my job. So I was in between staying at my job or taking the leap of faith and leaving and serving the duty that I had, fulfilling the duty that I had. I tell you not, when I quit, I put in my 2 weeks to my job. I took that leap of faith. A week later, or maybe not even, I got the opportunity to work at a real estate wholesaling company. I now have my own real estate wholesaling company today. I used what I learned at this company to now build and start building my own empire. But that most likely wouldn't have happened unless I took that first leap of faith. You see, sometimes, and I don't know if you're spiritual or not, but sometimes we have to let go of what we're holding on to, right? Hold on to what we think is providing, let go of that, and trust that God is actually our ultimate provider. You see, if I would have held on to that, yeah, I would have been provided for, but sometimes letting go and letting a door close, God will allow another blessing and another door to open in your life. Take that leap of faith. Whether it's moving your environment, changing your job, actually going towards your dream, take that leap of faith. Have confidence in yourself and have confidence in the Most High. The third thing I'm going to leave you with is this. And you know this already, but it does not happen overnight. I think one of the best ways to measure is 10 years. Measure in decades. Of course, you're going to have little goals and little celebrations over that. But the way I'm looking at my life right now is year 1 out of 10. See, before, when I used to look at it in smaller goals or smaller picture, I wasn't really looking at the big picture. So if I didn't see the results, I used to get defeated. Whether it's in the gym, whether it's in my business, I would look at only a tiny time space and I would feel defeated because I didn't see the results. You see, there's a famous quote that says, we often overestimate what we can do in 1 year and underestimate what we can do in 10 years. So now my marker is 10 years. Think about it in the gym. Right now, I might be working out. I'm seeing results, but I know if I continue this 10 years, whatever is in my head will be the result if I keep on doing the work. See, you can't expect to get results if you're not putting in work. And the thing about putting a 10-year gap, it means smaller consistent steps. When you put the goal short, if you have such a big goal short and you only have a short time space, that means all of your actions and every result that you see has to be big. But if you expand that over 10 years, then little increment steps will end up getting you to your goal. It'll be a compound interest, a compound effect of doing little things over time to get to that end goal. You see, another thing that I thought, my ultimate goal is really to be able to provide for my family and hopefully get enough acreage to have a farm so my kids can grow up natural and healthy, eating natural foods. And that's really my goal. That's one of my biggest goals, is just to be able to have a safe haven for me and my family. later on so I can grow my kids correctly, and that I can homeschool my kids and teach them real life things and business and all of that things. But it all starts from the farm. That's not a huge goal. That's not something unbelievable. The way I look at it is, I think of people like the Wright brothers. I think of people who have done the craziest inventions, like creating a phone or a car or something like that. If those people made that, if there are people that literally have made hundreds of millions of dollars, several people, there's millionaires being created every single day. If those people can do that, and that's way bigger than what my goal is, then why would I not be able to achieve my goal if I put the work in? One more piece of advice before I go. A lot of people will turn you away from doing multiple things. Here's my advice for if you want to do multiple things. Choose one thing for income. Choose another for creativity. Me, my income source is real estate. I will invest into real estate. I will put money into my real estate wholesaling business. I want multiple units for cash flow and equity. But creativity wise, I want to design clothes. I want to make music. I want to make art because that fulfills me. I also like to preach. I like to teach the word of God. That is something that fulfills me spiritually. I want to learn how to farm. I want to learn how to do as much as I can, because the more you learn, the more you earn, and the more you actually are fulfilled. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do multiple things. You just have to the word stewardship. Look up on the word stewardship, how you handle your business. Handle your business well. Not just financially, but everything that you want to put yourself into. If you can handle your time, if you can manage yourself, that's when you can do multiple things. But work on managing yourself, time management, mind management. And this is when you'll be able to take in many inputs, because there will be many outputs. You have a lot of time. Put that time and focus it into the things that's in your heart, and you'll be able to just do more. You'll be able to do more with your life. Don't be content with wasting away your life, but do more with it. There's a story in the Bible that talks about there was I guess a boss, let's just say a boss, and he gave to one person 5 talents, to another person 2 talents, and to another person 1 talent. The person who had 5 talents, which represents money, or you could even represent it as things you want to do, he took that 5 and turned it into 10. The person with 2 turned it into 4. But the person who had 1 talent buried it in the ground because he was scared that he would lose it. Be the person with 5. Be the person with 4. Be the person with 2. Do not be the person with 1. Take what you have and multiply it. Take the time you have and multiply it. You see, in that same story, it says God gives to those because he knows the capacity that they have. You might only have the capacity for 1 talent, but turn that into 2. Turn that, double it. Make a profit off of that. Not money-wise, but life-wise, experience-wise. Put these talents that God has given you to work. And I think that's all I got for y'all. I hope this isn't too long. But hey, God bless y'all. I hope that y'all stay with me during my journey. And I hope that you got some kind of value with this. God bless you. And chase your dreams, alright?